I would say to my friend, obviously the answer to that question is that we continue to go back and back to the Congressional Budget Office with different assumptions in order to get the answers that they want when the American people have figured it out. And I know that my friend from Tennessee saw yesterday's news, which has to be considered in the context of the cost of this bill, which Congressman Ryan estimates as around $2.5 trillion over in true budgeting over 10 years. But we can't ignore the fundamental fact that the government ran up, this is an AP article yesterday, the government ran up the largest monthly deficit in history in February, keeping the flood of red ink on track to top last year's record for the full year. The Treasury Department said on Wednesday the February deficit totaled $220.9 billion, 14% higher than the previous record set in February of last year. The deficit through the first 5 months of this budget year totaled $651 billion, 10% higher than a year ago. And the Obama administration, is projecting that the deficit for the 2010 budget year will hit an all-time high of $1.56 trillion, surpassing last year's record of $1.4 trillion. I say to my friend from Tennessee, these are numbers that in our younger years, my friend, we would not believe. We would not believe that we could be running up these kinds of deficits. And yet we hear from the president and from the administration that things are getting better. Well, certainly not from the debt that we are laying on to future generations of Americans. Could I just mention also in this context, I think an example, and I wonder if my friend from Tennessee would agree with me, that there's so much anger out there over the pork barrel spending and earmark spending that the Speaker of the House said that they're going to ban earmarks in the other body for profit companies. That's, I think, a step forward. But why not ban them all? Why not ban them all? You know, they would set up these shadow outfits, and Chairman Obey says that would be 1,000 earmarks. In one bill last year, there were 9,000 earmarks. So why don't we take the final step and put a moratorium on earmarks until we have a balanced budget, until there's no more deficit? I think that's what the American people want, to get rid of this corruption that continues there.